LGBTQ 1-minute news. Let's queer up entertainment. Bad Bunny makes history. Trump throws a tantrum. Bad Bunny made an iconic Super Bowl moment by becoming the first Latin American artist to headline the Apple Music halftime show, performing almost entirely in Spanish, joined by Pedro Pascal, Lady Gaga, Ricky Martin, and Puerto Rican pride. The set was widely praised as historic and joyful, but Donald Trump hated it. On Truth Social, Trump called the show disgusting and one of the worst ever. Nobody understands a word the guy is saying, end quote. Critics disagreed. The Guardian gave it 5 stars, and fans called it beautiful and top tier. I don't really care what Donald Trump says. I sort of wish people would stop referring to what he says. It is exactly why he says it, because then people report on it as him being a tastemaker. I don't know. It's irrelevant. The fact is that this was inclusive, inviting, introduced the United States of America to another culture that many Americans are not at all exposed to because of where they live. And that is exactly what makes this country something to envy all over the world, is that something like that could be on the biggest stage of the biggest news program, the biggest entertainment program, the biggest sports program anywhere in the world, other than maybe FIFA. And kudos to NBC for doing it, and to the NFL for making it happen, and for Bad Bunny to not being a psycho bunny.
Right. I love that Bad Bunny is such a good person, that he did what they're trying to keep from happening. They don't want information. They don't want history. They don't want culture. They want all of that band, all these books. And he told the story anyway. That's what's infuriating. That he told the story of how Puerto Rico was neglected after the hurricane just by climbing up a pole. Mm-hmm. He reminded people that Puerto Ricans are Americans, that is American territory. And if they're on the mainland, they can vote. And they have a delegate to Congress.
They can vote. They vote for president in Puerto Rico.
Do they?
They do.
That's amazinger than I knew. See, you learned something on this show too. But that it was, they have a delegate, they have representation, they are part of this country. And for people to act like they don't, and to say that no one, 59 million people speak Spanish in this country, not to mention the rest of the world. And the first European language ever spoken in this country was Spanish. So,
the first European language.
So the thing about it all is that that's what they hate. They hate that what they try to keep a lid on, he just let out. And it's all to celebrate. This is good, and it does what artists do, what clowns do, what comics do, what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to tell the story, and he did it so beautifully.
And push the envelope.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. He says no one understands what Bad Bunny says. I wonder if he asked Marco Rubio, I believe speaks Spanish. And the thing I think Donald Trump hates the most is that Bad Bunny is a self-made person, and Donald Trump will never be that. So kudos to Bad Bunny for, in 10 years, going from being a bagger at a grocery store to being at the top of the game in the entertainment world.
See you there.
And it's a pretty amazing story. It's what we used to call the American dream.
And we can still call it that because he's an American.
Exactly.
Sure. And it's also a dog whistle. He knows it was a great, it was a great show. But that's a racist dog whistle to let people know that they can, say hateful things, and which is also what he's trying to communicate. So yeah, bad president, great bunny. And that's an LGBTQ 1-minute story. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.